Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Brierton Videos PC Gaming, where this week it's Train Simulator 2018 by Dovetail Games. And if you remember my last video regarding Trains a New Era, I said that I'd be hoping to cover this one, Train Simulator 2018. And by December I went and picked up this game, and after a couple hours of trying this out, it's definitely a lot more fun and a lot more optimized than Train's New Era, in my opinion. But I noticed something very peculiar about Train Simulator, about Dovetail's Train Simulator, in which I will put up the review now. It got a mixed review status for the amount of DLC it has, which I thought was very strange, considering that Train's New Era had mostly positive reviews, even though it had also had a crap ton of DLC. Or even DCS, a combat flight simulator, had very positive review status, even though that's free to play, but has a load of DLC in it. Both Trains a New Era and DCS are those kind of games where they give you a certain amount of content to start off with, and the rest of them as paid DLC. Which they're getting positive reviews for, but not this one. But no, this has a crap ton of DLC. This gets mixed reviews. Everyone starts to shit on it, which I find to be very, very strange indeed. Now, like I said, I'm not trying not like I said, but just to reassure you guys, I am not hating on Trains a New Era, nor am I hating on DCS whatsoever. Nor, in fact, I've actually played those two games. I'm not trying to give those two a bad rep in any way, but it's just something I noticed myself. However, I'm going to give those people, the people that reviewed, that gave this one that I'm playing, Train Simulator 2018, that gave Train Simulator 2018 then a negative review, the benefit of the doubt, assuming that they've never played Trains a New Era, or DCS for that matter. But anyway, though, enough talk about DLC. We'll go on and drive a train. Now I bought quite a bit of DLC for this game. Particularly, I bought mostly UK DLC routes based on UK routes and UK trains. Because I feel a lot more closer to home that way. But we're going to take on the London to Brighton route in the Class 377 EMU Southern. And the description: drive the fast service between Brighton and London Victoria. Let's go. Now, one thing I will point out, which I find a bit annoying, is the loading times is a bit annoying, but then again, though, the routes in this are quite massive, more massive than Trains a New Era's routes, in my opinion. But like I said, the long loading times in this game I can forgive. Oh, well, this time it didn't take as long as I thought it would. But anyway, here we are. We should probably consider getting ready. And it's raining as well, so best we turn on the wipers. It's time for the passengers to board the train. Roger that, game. And looking at this train, it's very similar to the Dart back in Ireland. And already this game looks very detailed and very good graphically. Alright, we get to go now. AWS is off. And off we trot. And one thing I've noticed about this train in particular, it even has a speed limiter. in which you could set the speed. You can set the train to a certain speed, although you can't set it for no more than 100 kilometers, or in this case it's set to miles. So, oh, going a bit too fast there, son. Slow down, slow down. You don't want to lose too much points. Come on, slow down, slow down, slow down. There we go. Alright, so our next speed limit is now 75 miles an hour, so we're just gonna let the train pick up a little bit of speed, so that way it'll be able to be on the same speed limit as 75 miles an hour. But looking at the list of DLC for this game, it's more British based. This is because that Dovetail, the company the company behind this game, is based in the UK, so it'd be no surprise that a lot of DLC that a lot of content in this game is more British based. But even though this game has a load of DLC, there were a few people defending this, saying that it's not buy all of the DLC kind of thing. It's more of a pick and choose kind of thing. Pick and choose the routes that you want. Which I think that they had a fair point on this game, because Train Simulator 2018 by Dovetail is more of an offline kind of game, so you're not getting an advantage over another player or anything like that. You can still enjoy this game even with its built-in routes. Well, at least that's what I thought anyway. I mean, the detail in this game is quite extraordinary. I mean, never have I understood why would a game this good get mixed reviews. But maybe I should have a face cam video on this particular issue, whether if DLC is benefiting the video game industry or not. I say it'd be interesting for myself to do a face cam video on this issue and get other people's thoughts on this as well. This is very interesting about this train. I have 100%. I have the power set to 100%, and it's holding the speed at 75 miles an hour. Interesting. So I don't have to worry about constantly pushing and pulling the power back and forth to try and get the speed correct, and not have to worry about getting into trouble for speeding. Oh, another train. There we go. Hello, fellow driver. He doesn't give a damn, does he? Probably needs to concentrate on his own business. Alright, we can go up to 90 miles now, so. Okay, that's a little too fast. Let's bring it down a bit. But also, Dovetail is the same company behind Microsoft Flight Simulator 10 Steam Edition, a game which I do a lot of videos on me doing flying to different airports in FSX Steam. The last FSX Steam video I uploaded was on me flying from LA to Dallas Fort Worth in the PMDG 737. We're going under a tunnel now, and I'm even getting more higher frames than I would when I'm playing Train's New Era. when I was playing Trains a New Era, it would run at about 40 to 30 FPS on medium settings. I was trying to do my best to balance out the settings, but it was running at about 40 to 30 FPS on a highly dense route. But for this one though, it's running at about between 60 and 80 frames per second on the medium settings. I'll show you the settings I'm using now for. Oh, I have to. I'll show you at the end of the video. I'll show you at the end of the video. I'll show you at the end of the route as to what settings I'm using to get these kind of frames. But again, though, this really depends on your PC and whether or not it'll be able to handle these kind of settings. Maybe your PC can handle higher than the settings I have. Maybe your PC can handle lower than the settings that I have. And it looks like it stopped raining now, so the wipers can come off now. Look at the graphics on this thing. And the physics as well on it is fantastic in my opinion. Definitely a lot more better than Trains New Era physics, if you ask me. Because when I was driving the trains in Trains a New Era, I thought the trains were a bit floaty at first, or after driving the trains here in this one, Train Simulator 2018, I thought that the trains in Trains New Era were a bit floaty, in my opinion. I mean, not very accurate, especially the cockpit. The cockpit wasn't that detailed. I criticized Trains New Era for there being a lack of detail in the cockpits of the trains. This, however, the cockpits feel very, very immersive and very detailed as well. Very high quality as well, in my opinion. I mean, you can't click on everything in this game, but you can still. But it still feels very immersive, in my opinion. Anyway, how far now to Croydon? Oh, I keep forgetting that the distance is down here. I keep pressing F1 to access the briefing when I can take a look how far I am from here. And another cool thing about Dovetail's Train Simulator is that unlike most games where you have to buy, say for example, a Call of Duty game. We'll take Call of Duty for example, where every year when a new Call of Duty game comes out, you have to fork out another 60 to 50 euros on it. Whereas here, Train Simulator, Dovetail's Train Simulator, when a yearly upgrade comes out for this, you automatically get it for free. No, you don't have to pay extra for it. Once you pay for the base game itself, that's it. It's yours forever. While the only thing you're paying for is the DLC. And that's another thing. You can also keep all the DLC routes that you have. So that means you don't have to go around and buy some more DLC again, which is a pretty interesting and business module Dovetail have going on here. In which I'm starting to have respect for this company for what they do. And I know what I'm saying might be a bit controversial, considering the fact that this game has got a lot of mixed reviews for the amount of DLC. But I would personally agree with the points that the people defending this. I would personally agree with them on the fact that it's more a pick and choose kind of thing, rather having to buy everything, rather having to buy all the DLC. It's pick and choosing the routes you want and the trains that you want, that you'd be more interested in. The physics on this game is amazing. I definitely feel like I'm actually driving a train. It's definitely more immersive than Trains New Era. The scenery in this game as well, I notice. It definitely has a lot more scenery to it than, or a lot more better scenery detail than Trains in New Era, in my opinion. The trains as well in this game look very detailed. Is this an electric train? Because it sounds very quiet, or it sounds too quiet for a diesel train. Something tells me that this is an electric train. If it is, it'd be quite surprising considering that most electric trains that I've seen require a pantograph. I've got a pantograph with a wire above it to generate the electricity. Again, though, like I said, I'm not a die-hard fan of trains, nor do I know a lot about trains. But I'm sure many of you train enthusiasts will know out there whether this particular model that I'm driving is an actual electric train or not. Okay, now we're coming up to an 80-mile-an-hour speed limit zone, so we'll set the speed down to 80 miles. Look at the frame rate, 100 frames per second. Running between 60 and 90 FPS, which is pretty good if you ask me. Yeah, this game is definitely feels more optimized, feels more better optimized than Train to New Era, if you ask me. And here comes the rain again, so... Whoa, did I just press load or unload? Oh no. I think I may have made a boo-boo of it somewhere. Oh, no I haven't. Phew! Jesus, I thought for a minute if I pressed that button, every single door would open up and all the passengers would go flying out of the train. Oh jeez, the thought of that happening. Alright, we're going past 90 miles an hour, so we can up the speed again. No idea for a minute why we had to slow down there to 80 miles. Probably because we're coming up to a sharp turn or something like that. It dropped down to 19 there for a minute, but nevertheless though, Train Simulator 2018 is still running at a consistent frame rate. No major problems whatsoever with this game so far. The amount of tracks spread out here. There's 4 tracks here spreading across this entire railway. Well, there was 2 back there, but now there's 4 tracks. The UK railway system definitely looks a lot more better than the Irish railway system, you ask me. As another electric train goes past us there. Or what looks like an electric train anyway. But yeah, personally I would love to see Ireland being involved in Dovetail's Train Simulator at least. Hopefully the Dart or the Commuter or the Intercity can be also included in the mix as DLC, preferably, or at least as a DLC route for Train Simulator 29 for at least the next upgrade, Train Simulator 2019. I'd personally love to see Ireland being involved in Dovetail's Train Simulator. I mean, if ProMods could bring Ireland to Euro Truck Simulator, then I don't see how Dovetail can bring Ireland to a train simulator as such, like Train Simulator 2018, the one I'm playing now. Plus, it's very close to Ireland, so I imagine it'd be in Dovetail's reach to add add Ireland to the to their train simulator. Look at the rain. Look at the rain details as well. I noticed the rain parcels as well look pretty amazing. It's the tiniest detail in this game that makes this game more immersive, in my opinion. Especially these little raindrops. But you know, it's the little things in this particular sim that makes this game amazing, in my opinion. Now, Croydon is another 14.4 miles away. We're not too far now. Still got a long way to go, but we're not too far now, guys. Do my eyes deceive me? Or is this another train route running beside this route that I'm on here? I could be wrong. Let's find out and see if I am mistaken. Oh, we're coming up towards an 80-mile-an-hour zone, so now would be a good time to slow this puppy down to 80 miles an hour. And now we've gone past the green light, which now turns to a red light. Yeah, it was a separate train route actually, which is pretty awesome. Two separate train routes running alongside each other. Now, how come we don't have something like this back on the Irish Railway? Okay, there's a bit of a minor texture glitch there, but nothing that affects the game too much. Anyway, we're going to go back up to 90 miles an hour now. Now that we're in a 90 mile an hour speed zone. And the rain has stopped now, so we can turn off the wipers. Underneath another tunnel here, guys. Wow. The tunnel sound definitely came in a bit late there. Okay, so there is the minor issue here and there with this game, but nothing that kills the realism of this game too much. Yeah, as you can see there, the tunnel sound cut it out a bit too soon. Oh well, could be worse. This game could have been a hell of a lot worse. But since it's just that little minor issue there, that I can forgive. It's a damn good simulation nevertheless, if you ask me. For my 2 hours of playing this game, it's pretty damn good. And another fellow train driver. Oh, how far is Croydon now? Oh, another 5 miles, so I think now would be a good time to consider slowing down a bit. Actually, wait till we get closer and then we'll slow down. We're still another 4.8 miles away. We don't need to slow down too soon because we gotta watch our time as well. We gotta be there. We gotta be there on time and follow the schedule. We can't stray too far from the schedule, otherwise we get penalized for it and lose out on valuable career points. Alright, now we're coming into Croydon now, guys, so now we can consider slowing down. We'll just slow the train down gradually. Gradually. Just slow her down. Gradually there. Slow the train down. Slow her down. I knew it's about time that AWS signal went off. I don't know if that AWS signal is there to make sure our driver is alive or not. But if any of you big train enthusiasts know, just let me know in the comment section. Again, like I said, my knowledge of trains is very lacking, so forgive me if I make any mistakes or if I get anything wrong regarding trains. Slow down enough so that way we can be able to coast our way into the station, into Croydon, of course. Another just over a mile away now, as we come into a 60 mile an hour limit zone. Alright, well, we didn't need to apply the emergency brakes there. Now we can allow the train to coast into the station. Well, we just need to add a little bit of power. And now we can allow it to coast it in. now we can unload unload and load up some passengers. So here we are in Croydon, relatively on time. No delays, nothing like that. We didn't have any problems going on over, and the journey was pretty smooth. Yeah, this train definitely looks very like the Dartian one way, only without the pantographs. Oh, time linear's bonus. That's good. And off we trot. Alright, we're picking up speed again, as Clapham is another 7.15 miles away. Okay, slow down a bit, slow down. Bring power down, bring the power down to coast. Now, when our train fully goes past the 70-mile-an-hour limit, that's when we can... Now we're fully past the 70-mile-an-hour limit. So I can put the power down now. I have speed set to 70. I have the speed limiter set to 70. So now I can put the train up to 100% power, and the train will still maintain the 70, and the train will not go go faster than 70 miles an hour, which is pretty cool. Kind of similar to Euro Truck Simulator's 2 speed limiter, when you think about it. And we're just 3.5 miles away from Clapham now. Alright, we're speeding there. We were speeding there for a minute, but luckily the train speed limiter has copped on there. And now it's trying to get the train to stay under 60. And we're overtaking another train there. Looks like he's pulling into that station there, where we're driving past it. Two miles to go until we reach Clapham. minimize these controls for now. We'll keep this window up. Alright, there's Clapham now, so I think now would be a good time to slow down. Slow her down, Jimmy. Slow her down. Just 0.6 miles away from Clapham now. Alright, now just need to apply a bit of brakes there to the train, just so I'll be able to slow down in time. Alright. And just as a safety measure, put the gear in neutral. Well, now that train there looks very different compared to the other trains I've seen. Does that train belong on a different... Does that train belong on a separate route or something? I'm not sure. We got a time lineage penalty, but still got more points for it. How ironic. Here we go. And there's the same train of that one going the opposite way. Now, the last time I was doing this route, I got caught out by a red signal. Well, when I say caught out, I got confused by a red signal because I didn't know whether that red signal was for me or not, or whether it was for another line. But perhaps maybe if I press tab, like I did with another route, when I was doing this same route but in another session, it suggested for me to contact the signaler to request clearance to go past the red signal. I didn't know how to do that, so by pressing the by looking at the forums, one person said to press tab to request permission from the signaler. Anyway, set speed to 45 miles. Now London Victoria is not too far away now. We have to be there by 12:10 a.m. Look at those houses. The detail in those houses. Amazing. Just amazing. Alright, so... Oh! AWS is going off. There we are. Confirm. Decrease speed down to 20 miles. Now, there was a red signal here that cut me off here somewhere. Oh! Ah! I got more important things to worry about than to worry about that AWS going off. There's the red signal. So slow it down a bit. Slow down. Slow down. Request a pass signal at danger denied. Alright, so we can't pass the signal. We're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait till we get a green. Alright, so it looks like we can't pass the signal at danger. Alright, slow down. We don't want to break the red signal. Don't want to break the red light. Okay, so now what? Is there another train using the same depot as me? Or is that train going? How can I activate? How can I change a signal from red to green? Perhaps maybe searching on the internet might be able to help. Requesting signal change. There we are. Oh, hold on. The signal's changed. All right, let's go. Just as I thought that we weren't. Just as I thought, I have to manually change the signal myself. The signal's changed for me. Speed limit is still set to 20 miles an hour. Has that train moved off or something? No, we've been granted access to go on to another line. Well, fair enough. do for time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we've finally arrived in London, Victoria. Alright, so we finally arrived in. Bit of confusion with the signal, but other than that though, all was good. All was good. So, how was my career score, I wonder? Interesting. So this route is all underground, or the station is underground. Scenario complete. You've completed the fast service run from Brighton to London. Well done. Thank you, game. And I scored 935 points. Not bad. Although I did get a penalty for late braking. And I did get a penalty there for arriving late. But that's because I was being held up by... But that's because there was a red signal there. What was I supposed to do exactly? Just drive through it, game? Oh well. Anyway, that is Train Simulator 2018 by Dovetail. A very underrated train simulator, and does not deserve the review stages that it has right now. But thank you for. But as I was saying, it does not deserve a mixed review status. It more deserves a very positive review status, or at least a positive review status. But anyway though, guys, thank you for watching, and look forward to a facecam video of me talking about DLC and whether it be beneficial for the video game industry or not. But until then, goodbye.